D-line.
RK!
We switched positions from yesterday.
That's true. I feel comfortable, uncomfortable. I like to get out of my groove a little bit. It makes me sharper.
Yeah. I just like sitting on this side because when I was 15, I decided to grow my hair out really long. And every day, 6,000 times a day, I went like this. Flipping my hair out of my eyes. And so now my neck turns much better to the right than it does to the left.
You injured yourself for a haircut that you're now embarrassed of.
I wouldn't say I'm embarrassed of it. My hair was actually like beautiful. Like day in, day out, I just had girls being like, wow, look at your natural waves and curls in there. Like, but it wasn't curly, it wasn't wavy, it was just in between perfectly.
But they were jealous of it because they themselves wanted it. They weren't attracted to it.
Well,
okay, all right. Say no more.
It was a different crowd.
All right.
Yeah, I used to always tell my buddies in college, like, if you're in a slump, you just got to change up your look, find a new demographic.
I look largely the same that I did in high school, and so much of my life just snapped into focus.
Yeah, so like
that's why my extended slump has extended.
I was at my barbershop yesterday, and he was like, same as usual, and I was like, yep. And I've said that every single time he's cut my hair for 3 years.
Yep.
And I was just like, what would have to happen for me to ever say no? Like, I imagine I'm going to have this haircut
your
forevermore.
There would have to be like a murder or someone where that then this haircut that you have becomes.
Oh, right. Like the people who had to stop rocking the Hitler mustache.
Exactly. They're like, oh, yes. Like Hans walks in. They're like, hey, same for the mustache. And then after one day he was like, can't do it.
I feel like if I did enough research, I'd probably find several murderers who.
Well, but it has to be like somebody that everyone associates with
all
that haircut.
Fair. So yeah, like, I don't know. When was the last time you changed up your haircut?
God is currently in the process of changing it for me without my consent.
Your haircut is just a hat.
I've worn a hat almost every day of my life.
Since ever?
My life.
Wow.
We were allowed to wear a hat in high school. I took full advantage.
Yep.
I hate my hair. My hair sucks.
When I was a huge hat guy for a long time, to the point where I wanted to wear a hat in my school picture.
Yep.
And it wasn't allowed. And this will be my last story. And I went up to the front wearing a hat. This is bad. And the lady was like, "You have to take your hat off." And I was like, "Oh no, I have a scar like on my head that I don't want to show." And she's like, "Oh, okay, all right, sit down, honey." Like going along with it. And then she's like, I was just like explicitly told like no hat, so I'm just gonna go have to talk to one of your administrators.
No.
Like wait here, and I loved my assistant principal. He's like this guy by the name of James Hill. He played on the 1990 Buffs national championship team. just a beast. And so she comes back with Coach Hill, and she's like, "Hey, like I've got Ryan here. I just wanted to like make sure that you could confirm that like it's okay for him to wear a hat because of the scar on his head." And he goes, "Oh yeah, here, Ryan, come here real quick." And I'm like, I get up, I'm like, "Oh God, where is this going?" He's like, "Hey buddy, like I totally give me that shit." And just takes it off my head and just walks away. He's like, "Get your ass in the chair." I was like,
he actually gave you a scar.
Yeah, exactly. So that was that's how much of a hat guy I was at one point.
That you were willing to lie to anyone.
Yes.
A stranger. Anyone to get ahead.
Then I had to look this lady in the eyes after I just lied to her while she's taking my picture with my stupid hat hair.
She's looking at your beautiful wavy hair with not a scar to be seen.
There's a big dent right here where I had my hat on. There you go.
All right, good times.
How many minutes is that? Yeah.
5 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right. Anything annoying you today?
So earlier today on the DNVR Nuggets podcast, Adam gave me a list of players and had me describe my feelings of hatred towards them. And so I'm left with some pretty residual feelings of hate that have just kind of turned into general annoyance. Andre Iguodala.
Number one?
He got a ranking of 1, which means ultimate hate for Andre Iguodala.
S tier hate.
S tier hate. There were a lot of guys that I was forced to explore my opinions on. He asked for my thoughts on Kobe Bean Bryant, and I refused to give an answer.
Nice. Abstain from the vote.
Yes, because I felt like even though I feel like I'm in the right, I may have been judged harshly by the sentiment of others.
Huh. I don't know which side you're on, honestly.
Perfect.
It's good. It's good for you. Cool. Yeah. I'm trying to think if anything's annoying me today. Jog through practices annoying me today, which I understand. In fact, the funny part about it is if I were a head coach, my team would never practice because
Really?
I'm not willing to risk injury. I shouldn't say that. They would never practice at full speed. They would only be jog throughs.
Interesting.
Because like Tim Patrick gets hurt yesterday, and it's just like, well, what a waste that was. Was it really worth those few catches he got in training camp to risk that? To me, no.
Yeah.
But today I went to practice, and I was hoping to be entertained, and I was not.
Well, listen, many people watching this very show would kill to be bored at Broncos practice today.
I'm telling you, the people around me, they would tell those people, you're wrong. You don't
Dude,
want to be here.
Don't kill for that.
Like, yeah, exactly. Keep everyone alive. You don't want to burn in the heat to watch the Broncos just walk around for
It does sound very boring.
an hour.
It sounds very boring.
All right, let's go to big threes. I think I did pretty well yesterday. I'm trying to remember what my third pick was.
I was 1-1. I was one
1-1-1
disallowed goal away from
Oh,
being
yes.
2-2.
You kind of reverse jinxed the Rapids.
I did. Well, I spoke of them positively. I thought they would have a positive result. It almost turned into a draw. There was a disallowed goal, which allowed the Rapids to maintain their lead in what was an absolutely unbelievably crazy MLS game. Yahir, can you confirm? Tell us about that game.
I was tired as fuck, man, and that thing just woke me up immediately.
Nice.
Like, that was one of the craziest games I've ever seen in any league, anytime.
The Rapids went down by 2 in the first 13 minutes.
First 8 minutes,
Jeez.
then they scored, then they were down 2 again, 3-1. Then they come back and tie it 3-3. Then they go up 5-3. Then they allow a fourth because of a penalty. Then they tie the game that's called back on an offside that really wasn't an offside.
So it should have been 5-5 draw.
It should have been a 5-5 draw, but we'll take the dub however it should be.
I took the L on that. I'm not happy about that at all.
Wow, that is insane. Also, Yaya's back.
Yaya's back.
Welcome back, big guy.
Thank you very much. I'm growing out the mullet just for you guys.
Yaya had so much fun on his honeymoon that he wants to move to Mexico and buy a yacht, and we're gonna call him Yacht Yacht
Yacht or Lil Yachty.
or Little Yachty.
I'm fine with both.
Way to go, Yacht Yacht.
Honestly, I can imagine like the script writing with like a marlin underneath it,
Dude.
on the back of his boat that says Yacht Yacht.
Dude.
It would just be a wave for the Rapids.
He's got a
Dude.
nice tan coming in, a little Bucky hat.
Oh my
He's
god.
living the
The
life.
Yacht Yacht runs off Yasalina.
It's all Yaselina all the
Let's
time. at this
go.
Have they created electric yachts yet?
point. Just me.
Just you.
Just me.
Just you. Oh, there you
Nice.
go.
It's electric. All right, let's go into my big three first. Allie would be killing me if I'm leaning away from the microphone. Okay, this one's fun. Russell Wilson
Yes.
to
Familiar.
score a rushing touchdown against any NFC West team this year.
Do we play all of them?
Yes.
Okay.
So you get Cardinals, Rams, Seahawks, and the fourth team that's in that division. 49ers. And I think he gets this week 1 against the Seahawks.
What have his rushing touchdown stats been like the past years? Is he a rush for a touchdown guy?
Not really. I think he'll get like between 3 and 6 a year.
I see.
But you have to, factor in that's, 1 every 3 or 4 games, and they play 4 games against the NFC West. But I just think
Will it happen against the Seahawks?
that's what I'm thinking is week 1 against the Seahawks, they're going to have a little dipsy-do trickaroo that results in Russ getting to slam the ball in the end zone.
Oh, dude, Hackett is exactly that kind of guy.
He's a vibes coach.
I haven't really thought about my feelings on Nathaniel Hackett. I was off put by him referring to it as a Tugalicious early on.
Yeah, not okay with that either.
Sometimes he comes off as like very bumpkiny and foolish, but I'm starting to learn that he is crazy like a fox.
So he's definitely my favorite Broncos coach post Kubiak, just in terms of like his aura. I think a big thing is he loves the game. He loves his players, but he doesn't take it all too seriously.
Yes.
Like it's all this big, like government operation.
Right.
You know,
Like,
like
what are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly. Like just we got to hang out with him one night in Indianapolis, and he was like, just so real.
Right.
You know, and like kind of understood what this is all about.
You're like, hey, what are your feelings about guys listening to music while working out?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm fine. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. My eyes are open. The world is big again.
Yeah. What's funny is the Broncos special teams coach does not allow music during his portion of practice.
Oh my God.
But I kind of understand it because those guys already don't like special teams. They don't want to pay attention, so probably got to do what you can to get them their attention. Anyways, he's totally.
What is it to be good or bad on special teams? I mean, obviously that we have seen what it is to be bad,
Yeah.
but like, what is the special teams coach telling you to do? Like, run down the field and you try and tackle a guy and not get blocked.
Yeah, it's more complicated.
I mean, clearly, but I don't know. I need some sort of
It's like
explanation.
directional kicking and like
Sure,
everyone,
but
guys.
aren't there like 8 things though? We're kicking to the right. We're kicking to the left.
Yes, there are. But they only get to do it, for 10 minutes a day at practice. So you got to take those
So
reps.
much to learn.
So much to learn. So yeah, I think maybe the first time they get down on the goal line, he calls a little zone read keeper.
I love it.
For Russ, and he gets it, and that's plus 130, which
I love
is nice.
it. I love it.
All right. So the Padres traded for Juan Soto, which is so dumb because the Padres always try to do this stuff, and it never works for them. They'll probably end up getting third place in the division.
I love it. I love it though.
I'd rather him go there than the Dodgers.
But I mean, like, I love that the Padres are taking swings as opposed to other teams
Yes.
in the same division as them.
The Rockies is making 0 trades, being the only team in the MLB to make 0 trades is
Bro.
fucking objectively hilarious.
Why are we talking about old stuff, man?
Like, that is funny. We have to acknowledge that that's funny.
Is it fun? Is the erosion of part of my heart funny? It kind of is. I'm with you.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's funny because AJ wrote that column today, which I thought was really well done. Check it out on DNVR.com. Just about how like he still loves baseball, but he can't love the Rockies anymore.
Yep.
And it's so interesting because his experience is a totally opposite path to the same place as me. Like he's saying, like I've always loved baseball and I've always loved the Rockies, and now I still love baseball and I don't love the Rockies anymore. For me, it's like I don't know if I love anything when it comes to sports. I just love my teams.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like I've realized that over the last couple of years. I try to get into these sports that aren't Colorado teams. I can't do it.
Yep.
So like I love the fact that your teams represent your city and you have pride in your city, and then they represent you.
And that there's an objective that if it's met, you get to feel pride from it.
Exactly. And it's just like, oh, this is our team.
Yes.
And because the Rockies have become such an embarrassment, they're doing the opposite. They're making our city look bad.
Yes.
And so now I resent them for it.
Yes. It is pretty hilarious if you take many steps back, look at sport and just life really from a 5,000-foot view. The really just bizarre and random nature of what sports are. Like you have to you have to hit this thing and it has to go there. If that happens, you feel great. It could be, it's very arbitrary. You're right. The games themselves, it depends on, there's a variety of factors, but at the end of the day, it comes down to this like very deep reptilian portion of your brain that makes human beings want to clump up into teams.
Mm-hmm.
And when the team that you are part of is victorious, you get to pass on your genetic code and you win the day.
Thank you.
So simple.
So yeah, I've realized like I don't love baseball. I just loved the Rockies. Now I have nothing. Now I have no connection to baseball because the Rockies just hurt me too much.
I love baseball.
I've reached full apathy.
I love baseball.
But,
but you're right, because I'm not watching the goddamn Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing objective about baseball.
I don't love basketball. I love Nuggets basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of am expanding out more, but yes, I'm with you.
Football's the only one that I can say, put on any game, I'm watching it.
We're weaving in and out of the same points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely understand where you're at. Anyway, Rockies, what are you doing to us, man?
So, the Padres traded for Juan Soto. He's playing against the Rockies tonight.
Yes, he is.
It's a guarantee he's going yard.
He's going yeah.
Yeah, he's going yard. So, plus 390 on that. I actually thought it would be way lower because they're like, oh, it's the Rockies.
Jeebus.
This is a perfect time for him to hit his first home run as a Padre.
Against Chad Cool.
Although, one of my favorite sports cliches actually holding up right now, cliche narratives, can't play in the home run derby or else it throws off your swing for the rest of the season.
Right.
He's a little off.
Really?
Off post home run derby.
Okay.
Something to keep an eye on. Maybe he'll never be the same.
Was he just phoning it in because he knew he was going to be traded?
Possible.
Let's go.
But baseball's such an individual sport that wouldn't serve him in any way. All right, and finally, Chad Cool, formerly known as Cy Young Chad.
Cy Cool.
Not gonna.
Cool Young?
Yeah, he's gonna have to have that taken away from him. I have a feeling they're going nuts tonight. The Padres. It's gonna be like 13-0 or something.
Jesus.
So he's going over 5.5 hits allowed.
Okay, well, that's a very dark view into the future that you have, and it's one that I share completely. yeah, if you can bring mine up. I have selected a parlay that is put together by the good folks at DraftKings themselves. The Padres money line / over 8.5 total runs. That'll give you plus 155 value.
Nice.
I see this. It's not only that the Padres are going to be invigorated by the addition of this the one player that the entire MLB wanted.
The Juan
It's
player.
also the sad, terrible feelings that the Rockies are left with. They are just like, what are we? Who are we, dude? There's going to be a major bummer effect.
So I can't believe we're doing a whole Rockies thing here. I was giving Bill Schmidt like the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, I'm not just gonna hate him just because he's an internal candidate, and that's never worked before for the Rockies. And then yesterday, did you see the quote he had?
Yes.
Where he's like, "Oh yeah, we're the only team that didn't make a trade. Well, we're the only team who extended somebody," which literally was just completely factually inaccurate.
Factually inaccurate, and also something that can be accomplished any day of the
Any
year.
day of the year. Any day of the year. And I was like, oh, so he's just older Jeff Bridich.
God damn it.
Without the analytics.
God damn it. And he has like oh God. I mean, we were eviscerating the very concept of him earlier. I can't even go there. The Rockies are going to get rocked tonight, for sure.
I just don't understand, like, people being like, why the Rockies are so defensive. Every single time, like, Bud Black's cool. He's just, like, laid back.
I love Bud Black.
Yeah, me too. But, like, anytime a Rockies representative from the front office gets in front of cameras, they're like, they come out in defense mode just from the jump. And it's like, can you just, like, be real for a second?
Well, the problem is that the real is worse.
That's true.
They're like, we don't know what we're doing, and no one will talk to us. And when we try to get people on the phone, they literally don't return our phone calls. So we tried to make some trades, but they don't want to deal with us because they look at us as fools and less than.
Well, Bud Black did have an interesting quote last week where he was like, everyone just says, like, trade so-and-so, but someone has to, like, want him.
This is in the world of the Nuggets, people are like, why don't they just trade Will Barton for whatever? They're like, because the other people have to say yes.
Why don't we trade our bad players for good players?
Just in general, even if it's a good trade, like, there's no objectivity to this. It's not just like the trade machine.
Yeah.
The other side of the trade machine is a human being that has to be like, all right.
Who
Like,
also doesn't like your guy.
Doesn't like your guy. You've been in a fantasy football trade or league where you're like, all right, I'll give you this guy. I'll give you 5 players for 1 player. I mean, and then the person's like, no, and you're like, and that's just the end of the conversation.
Think about it. I'm giving you 5 players and I'm only getting back 1. Yeah. Now that guy's good, and all 5 of these guys suck.
And they can't play. They have to be on the bench, but you have them.
Yeah, we recently heard, without giving away details, like the backstory of a trade. And it was just like, well, it wasn't happening for a long time
Yes.
because so-and-so didn't want so-and-so.
Yes.
And
Totally.
he knew so-and-so from being in this place.
Dude,
And it was like,
the world runs off of vibes much more than people want to admit.
a wise man once said,
If you want,
everything is vibes.
everything is vibes. We are talking about business. Business is, what is it,
Vibes.
Ryan? It's vibes. It's all relationships. And what are relationships, Ryan?
Vibes.
They're vibes, my guy.
Just so you know, we haven't gone into your second.
Oh, okay. Number two. Okay, let's see. So, just as a reminder, the Rockies are going to get destroyed tonight. The one thing that I gave out yesterday, a live bet for B-Rod to get a hit against Yu Darvish. Next at bat, he went yard. So,
Wow.
I looked it up today. He's going up against Blake Snell. Blake Snell, he holds a 333 average against.
Sounds like he's been throwing some Snelly cheese.
I hate what I just laughed at. I actually hate myself for that. I should just hate you. But so let's keep that hit parade going. B-Rod, get yourself a hit today.
He's got a mental Blake every time he throws to Brendan
God
Rodgers.
damn it. And the third
Brendan
in the
Rodgers
game.
breaks against Blake.
God damn it. The third one, the Yurfie. The yes run first inning in this matchup.
Love this one.
But it's going to be the Padres that get the
Yes.
But
You said Rocks Yurfie, but it's
yeah,
Pods
it's
Yurfie.
Yacht Rocks. Pods, the Yacht Rocks are going to get, there's going to be at minimum one run. The super bummed out Rockies are going to get shelled and snelled early on. They're going to not score and get scored upon.
I was at my parents' house for 4th of July, and like everyone in my family except my dad likes country. So like, and it's 4th of July. I mean, it's like the perfect day to listen to
You're
country.
like, this is a holiday for the country.
Yes, exactly. It's our country music. So like we're playing bags and drinking beers and listening to country, and my dad like finally he's just like, I can't take this anymore. So I figured he's just put on something like, I don't know,
Beatles.
normal.
Yeah.
He puts on Sirius station Yacht Rock.
I want to be bad. I love this. I didn't know there was a Yacht Rock station. The Doobie Brothers?
I was literally like, bro, I'm totally down for a compromise. I can't take this.
Oh my God. I could listen to that all day.
It
Hall and Oates?
It was like worse than that. Like I could do
Kenny Loggins?
Yes, now we're on the right track. I could do like Doobie Brothers.
Michael
and Hall and
McDonald?
Oates. There's something about that. Like I can just see the guy who's singing it with like long hair.
Oh, it not
But it's
long,
like-
teased out.
Yes, it's like feathered.
Dude, sitting on the back of the yacht.
Yes. I was like, I can't do it, man. I'm sorry. Anything else?
Unbelievable. Well, there you go. We figured it all out. So make some money today at the Rockies' expense.
Yes, DraftKings Sportsbook is where you can do that. Head over to DraftKings Sportsbook where you can get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 when you use the code DNVR at sign-up. It's a lot of fun over at DraftKings Sportsbook. Also, actually, I haven't checked on this today, but I believe both Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy's receiving lines are still set where they were yesterday, which there's less mouths to feed now. And so I just feel like more goes to them. Like
It is a morbid profit, but it's a profit.
I don't feel like it's that morbid, but maybe it's because I'm a delusional degenerate.
It just comes. Well, I mean, we all understand this concept very well in fantasy football. Your running back goes. You have to have a running back chain to your top running back. He goes down. Another guy comes right back up. Next man up mentality.
I'd like to create a fantasy league that has insurance. So if the guy that you were playing
I
gets
agree.
injured, the guy who comes in for him, you just get his points.
I might be back in. This is what I hate about.
I
fantasy
just
football.
agreed to be in a fantasy league, but
Dude,
it's like
I'm
with all
out.
my old high school buddies. I'm like, I never talked to these guys.
I'm so out on fantasy football. Like the thing where you're like, oh, I bet this guy will be good, and you're like, oh, I was wrong, and now 9 months are down the drain.
I do the thing where I'm like, this guy's a sleeper, and like the last 7 rounds are just all me picking sleepers, and then one of them I was right, and I'm like, see, told you guys.
You're like, Yeah. I sleeper hunt too. There's nothing worse than a sleeper.
Maybe I'm going no sleepers. Established players only.
I swear to God, everybody that joins a league doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Just gets auto drafted, wins the goddamn league.
Yeah.
They make no decisions like this. Where you're not you're not trying to outsmart football.
Right, totally. People are like, hey, you could get this guy who's been a 1,000-yard receiver every year, or you could get
This
that
guy's
rookie
up
who
and
had a
cover.
sick diving catch in training camp.
And let me tell you this: he knew the quarterback in college. Did I
Yes.
do anything for you?
Oh my god. They actually played on a club team together. That's so good. DraftKings Sportsbook. If you are out on fantasy football, like we kind of have been since DraftKings Sportsbook
What are we in
got
on? Are we
invented,
sure? DraftKings.
you can get in on all the action over DraftKings. You never have to be tied to a player for 9 months. You just see the matchups that you like and you bet on them, and then you win directly money that day rather than having to wait till the end of the fantasy football season. So go over to DraftKings Sportsbook, sign up, use that code DNVR for a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Let's go.
Okay. Yaya has prepared, I'm told, a dilemma of the day for us.
This is a dilemma, is it not?
The dilemma is I didn't upload the dilemma.
Oh,
man.
that is quite the
So
dilemma.
the dilemma is who we're going to hire to fill the vacancy left by your firing.
I don't think you need to hire anybody. Kale could do most. It did everything while I was gone, so I think you guys are gonna be okay.
I think
So
Ali
what's the
had
dilemma?
to take on quite a bit, too.
What
So
is the
Ali and
dilemma?
Kale can handle it without me. It's fine.
There's no dilemma at all.
Rockies SGP. Can you guys create the perfect Rockies SGP?
Oh boy! All right.
Well,
The
I guess
Rockies
it'll be an easier decision for you to live on the yacht now.
It's harder to buy the yacht to start off with.
That is true, but I'm sure you could finance it for like a 700-month lease.
No question. So where are we starting? So we both are very callous when it comes to the Rockies this evening.
Yes, I would say that as well.
We both feel very negative feelings toward the Rockies. Are we letting our personal feelings cloud our vision at all?
I'm actually a big fan of letting personal feelings cloud visions
Okay.
because I think my personal feelings are really good.
You know what? I have to say they are really good. I knowing you for a long time, your personal feelings are usually pretty spot on.
Yours are actually really good too. Like everything you've been saying about Bones and how sick he's going to be, I'm like, Eric doesn't say things with this much conviction
No, I
without
don't.
them happening.
I don't. I really don't. And I keep winning early season bets based on players. Jokic MVP, Ja Morant, most improved player. The only thing is that it's difficult for a second-year player to win, but I think he's going to be dope.
Yep, he is. Yeah, I've just been recently just being like, oh, I'm just leaning into everything. Like, yeah, I do let personal feelings cloud my judgment, and it works. And like the other day, like we were talking about recency bias. I'm like, yeah, I love recency bias.
It's true.
I'm pro recency bias.
Oftentimes, bias just means that you're paying attention to something more closely.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, we are very jaded towards the Rockies tonight.
5 minutes until Broncos have to start.
Zio's gonna come in here. I still don't know how that started. I already forgot how we started calling Zach Zio in relation to T.O. Terrell Owens. Like he's like a diva, so he's Zio.
It sounds like you just explained the whole thing.
Yeah, but I don't
love
remember how it started. Anyways, Jaded Rockies SGP.
Oh
so
my God.
everyone is talking.
This one stands, by the way, for sad game parlay.
Yes, it does. So
Let's just start early with the money line. Padres.
Pods money line.
Easy enough there.
Yes, and then everyone's talking about this like crazy lineup that the Padres now have with Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis, and Juan Soto. Although I don't know if Tatis is playing.
I think he might still be injured.
Yeah, so we're gonna leave him out, but we're going Manny Machado to get a hit.
Yep.
Juan Soto to get a hit.
Yep.
Then there's always some random guy that will do good.
Blake
for
Snell is a
them.
very good pitcher. We should bet on his strikeouts.
Hold on, we got to pick some random Padre to get a nice day on us. Let's go Trent Grisham. He's gonna have a hit.
T-Grish?
Yes. I kind of want to throw in Juan Soto home run.
Man, the home run is a little too elusive.
Okay, all right.
A little too elusive.
I like you talking me out of that. That's why the buddy system exists.
I was going to give out a home run for B-Rod yesterday. Knocked it down to a hit. He hit a home run.
That's a hit though.
It turned. Yeah, I won.
Yeah.
But
All right, 6+ strikeouts for Snelly cheese.
Yes, dude. I smell a dub.
Okay. Total runs first inning over 0.5.
Yes.
That means our whole SGP is just on the line.
It's nice to just get it out. It's just
also
be done.
Not like we're going to be watching.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to toss in?
I think I love this SGP. What does that net us?
Plus 700.
I love that, dude.
Padres to win. Manny Machado to get hit. Juan Soto to get hit. Trent Grisham to get a hit. 6+ strikeouts and 1 run in the first inning. Should we throw in 1 Rockies positive?
Brendan Rodgers to get a hit, baby.
B-Rod. B-Rod, the rap god. All right, there he is. Plus 1,000.
Let's go.
Perfect. That's perfection. All right. Clearly, Zio is just, he's not even out there. He's just storming through the.
He's like, that's my quarterback.
Yeah.
But angry tears.
Yeah. All right, there it is for tonight. This was fun. We got some like grieving off of our
I feel
chests.
great, dude.
I feel really good. Feel like a whole new man. So thanks, Eric, for joining us. Andre should be back tomorrow. Remember when he like missed a show because of a toothache? I guess he had to get that tooth removed.
He did. There was a tooth extraction yesterday.
Yes. So I mean, kind of a soft reason to miss the show.
I have never been more disappointed in him.
Yeah, I think Brandon Spano once like had to, like his tonsils removed. Still did his radio show that day.
He's the gladiator, though. He's the gladiator.
That's the example that Andre should be following. All right, that's enough. We'll end there. Peace out. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Let's go.